Hey friend, I'm Olivia. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We saw one of the endings last time, and the princesses I collected along the way to get to that ending weren't
You're
really
here to slay her.
what I was hoping for.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we're going to try some different choices today and see how that goes. And unfortunately, I do think that means that I may need to choose violence.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I don't want to choose that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that many of the princesses are tied to whether or not you take the blade, whether or not you indeed
You make
do
your
try
way
to
up
slay
the
the
short
princess.
path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
I would rather not slay the princess, but I also want to collect all the different versions, or at least try to, as best I can.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I guess we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, into the basement. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it
You're
fool
the
you.
one in charge.
It's all part of the manipulation.
She's the one in charge as much as we are the one in charge.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? Me? No.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
No.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk. Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
We could.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Let's slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oof.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Oh, we know it's not.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The adversary... Okay, so far so good.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, let's go to the cabin.
A warning
Before you go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Let's go.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to
This
forcefully
looks different.
direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you
You
know how ridiculous you look
right now.
But there was a mirror a second.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
We will not take the blade this time.
No blade this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is. Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win.
As long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
It's okay, I don't want the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't
I
what
don't
she
wanna
sounded like
fight.
last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
She probably could.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. But no little knife this time, huh?
Nope.
Ugh, I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
But I am just here to chat. I actually am just here to chat. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both alive. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Don't worry, I'm always up for a good fight. In fact, the only reason I came down here without a weapon was because having a knife felt unfair. Attack her unarmed, the blade's upstairs, I can go back and get it. I don't know what happened to you since last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. Actually, I am just here to chat.
Why? You didn't want to talk last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again?
Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What?
Yeah? What?
You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing?
You never believe me when I tell you.
Maybe.
You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while.
Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward.
Oh, you
Enough
think
is
I'm your
enough.
colleague?
I believe you, and that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
That's because you're not alive.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? How would someone as alive as me already have died? I don't think so. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job. You got me. Pretty much everything you just said is true.
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
You said I planned to win. You look different.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same.
Cool. So you do remember me?
No, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again? Or are you scared I'm going to put you down for good this time?
That doesn't seem
Are
likely.
you just going to let her talk to us like that? We're not scared.
I think my position on violence in this situation is already more than clear, but you really shouldn't let yourself be goaded so easily. There's more at risk in this encounter than your fragile ego.
I agree. If we're gonna fight her, we need a weapon.
No, we don't. Are we allowed to free her? I'm not saying I'm not here to fight. I haven't decided.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time.
You just said that.
If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Let's step closer.
You take a cautious step towards the princess, unarmed. I wish I could believe you know what you're doing, but you clearly don't.
Look, I'm trying.
You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you.
She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
But we don't have to kill each other. Why can't we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe that's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die, and the world doesn't have to end. If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world? Don't you want to be free? What happened after you died? We have to figure out why we're here. I'm not going to fight you. Let's see. Why do you want us to kill each
Why
other?
wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
Don't you want to be free?
The princess glances down at her chains.
Oh, you mean these? They're just metal. They're nothing.
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength. And then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose. Dear Lord. What do we do? Oh, if only there was some sort of weapon you could use to fight a world-ending monstrosity. I wonder where you might find one of those.
Just do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here. Take the blade, fight her, kill her, and win.
Nope.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it. I don't like fighting someone with a weak spirit. But go ahead. Keep trying my patience.
Cool, thanks. I'm not going
What
to
are you
fight
trying to do? Do you think pacifism is going to win her over? Because it won't.
Right? This isn't fun, this isn't interesting, it's pathetic and cowardly and boring.
Is that so? Let's see if you still feel that way once I start beating you.
You don't see the impact, and you can't say for sure if you even feel it, but you hear your bones splinter, and you can feel your feet leave the floor as you're hurled bodily into the unflinching stone wall.
We're fine.
Oh, we are.
Are we fine? Are we really?
I doubt it.
No, you're obviously not fine. Your body is broken.
Enough games. Go upstairs, pick up that knife, and fight me.
No.
Stop moping, you're fine. Now get up.
No.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard.
But you hit me.
Is this a trick? Are you tricking me?
I'm not gonna fight.
Because why would you? Why wouldn't you?
Because I don't want to.
The princess's shoulders tense with fury as she storms towards you. You can see her face flush, her knuckles going white as she clenches her fists, her entire body trembling with a burning rage.
Can't believe you're making me watch this.
Fine. If you want to die like a pathetic little worm, you can die like a pathetic little worm.
I guess I'll see you all next time. She reaches down and grabs you by the throat, lifting your limp form and slamming it forcefully against the wall. Her eyes twitch as her grip tightens around your neck. She sure is taking her time, isn't she?
Why? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you making me do this? Why won't you fight back?
No one's making you do anything. Because death doesn't matter anymore, does it? Fighting, not fighting, what does any of it matter? It all ends the same way. Because there's more to this than just fighting each other. If letting you kill me is how I show you that, then it's worth it. I care about you, and I don't want to hurt you anymore. I just think it's kind of funny. I care about you.
Care about me? But what is that supposed to mean? If you cared about me, you'd fight me. You'd understand, but why are you trying to make me think?
Thinking's important.
Hardens. Do you feel a horrific pop in your neck?
And
She
then
releases
you don't do
you,
anything at all.
your numb body crumpling to the stone floor as your vision starts to fade.
What am I supposed to do without you?
It's okay.
I guess I'll see you all next time. I can say that now, right? We're dead?
Just about.
Great. I can't wait to be stuck in this useless body all over again.
Oh, shush.
I won't be seeing you, but I suppose something like me will. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, I think I've heard this one before. Does it involve a princess? Are you trying to get us to do your dirty work? Yes, so you've been here before. and died here before. Yeah, twice.
It's all a bit goopy.
And it's going to be a lot more than that if we don't suck it up and actually fight her this time.
You didn't fight her.
No.
She wanted a rematch, and we wanted to see what would happen if we didn't give it to her. She got so very, very angry with us. And you got so very angry with us too. It was amusing.
I'm sorry, you thought that was amusing? I thought we were breaking a cycle of violence. I thought we were practicing pacifism in the face of mortal peril. I thought we were being brave. Heroic, even.
Yeah, sure, in theory.
Oh, you're funny. There's no such thing as heroism when you can never truly die. All we did was look at the same old thing from another angle.
That's all we get to do.
Oh, will both of you just shut up?
As we've now established, you've already been here, and based on your behaviour, I think we can all agree that things are not going well. Look, you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs, so you'd better take things seriously.
We hit this point of no return you mentioned. Then what
Then
happens?
what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Look, the end's happened many
Yeah,
times.
but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there.
We've seen the other side, and if you'd really like to know, there's nothing there. A pause, a breath, and then we're back in the woods again.
Good for you, but your opinion on the matter doesn't count.
Rude.
How convenient. As soon as you get an answer to life's great mysteries, it doesn't count.
Moving on.
I've never made you do anything you didn't want to do yourself. It'll be interesting to see what happened to her. She was so fiery last time.
You weren't here.
I wonder if we've managed to douse that flame.
You'd better hope not. I liked her spark.
Hope not. Is that some kind of threat? What could you possibly do to me?
Wouldn't you like to find out, you chilly little freak?
Come on, let's not fight. We've done enough of that already.
No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through. Oh,
Good,
it's
we're all on the
squelching.
same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the
Oh,
hill.
these look like
You'll find the
bones.
princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
I guess the advice is don't die and
That's
everything will be
fine by
fine.
me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high-arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
That's horrible.
It is.
It's just meat. If you cut us open, I'm sure we'd look the same inside.
I'd rather not.
That's why it's horrible.
See?
And that attitude is why you're miserable.
That's why you're a psycho.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't know if I need it. How are we supposed to get to the basement? There's no door, just a mirror where the door used
A
to
mirror? There is no mirror. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, and the door to the basement.
Just tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around.
Oh, you're so impatient. We can look around the meat shack if we want to. It's not like the princess will be leaving without us.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly? It means you're hallucinating. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now? Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
That's not exactly being stubborn, is it?
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it.
It's just a mirror. What we do with it doesn't really matter.
Sure
Do
it
whatever
does.
you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Wipe the
You
mirror
reach
clean.
forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
Oh, we didn't grab the blade.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
So you've returned after denying me the salvation of combat? Are you here to gloat? Are you here to mock what I've become? Do you think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well,
No.
we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
Oh, we've changed her, have we? I'm intrigued.
Let's go see the princess.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted
wow.
in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
She doesn't have any skin.
The princess stands in its centre, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
No.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears.
Ugh.
It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
That can't be pleasant.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
I like this one. Let's see her do her worst. Let's see if she can make us actually feel something.
Whatever she wants to make us feel, I think it's gonna be bad.
More than likely.
But bad is so much more interesting than numb.
I don't know, if I had to choose between the two.
Gah, stop it with all this talk about feelings. The only feeling that matters is the rush of victory.
I'm not sure stubborn is the right word for this.
We don't even have a weapon. It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
What happened to you? Wait, we don't have to do this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. for what I did to you. Please, just listen to me.
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again, and I'll have the resolution you denied me.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction.
That's right there, I can see it.
With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
Yikes.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
She just did.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality. Huh. It's like I said. Our insides do look like the cabin. In the end, we're all just meat.
In the end? Just because she's ripped us open doesn't mean this is over.
How is it not over?
We're not dead yet.
Don't think that I'll allow you death here. I've made that mistake before. No, you will suffer until you see in me what I have seen in you.
That's how. It would seem, somehow, that she is keeping you alive. A challenge, then. Sure. Let's see how far we can take this.
Then what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to see? You're a monster. Please, just talk to me. Can we not use words to settle our differences? We're both here for a reason. It's more important for us to figure that out than to fight. You won't win. Attempt to die. Say nothing. And what am I supposed to see?
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
We don't have a mouth.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us nowhere. They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't feeling.
Your eye, held far outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera, stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
You have seen everything I'm made of. You painted the floor with me.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules.
Oh, gross.
The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Of course we are. Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
This is nothing. Nothing!
How much is she going to take?
8, 16, 32, 64. Ah, so the waiting is the torture. I do hate dull things. 128, 256, 512.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. Do you all feel that? I could have sworn I felt something. 16,384, 32,768, 65,536.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
I think he is.
131,072, 262,144, 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher? We die, probably.
Probably.
Or nothing happens. just like nothing is happening now.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
People talk.
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000. I don't like this waiting. You're going to give up before you even start hurting, aren't you? 16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
If she wanted a fair fight, this is not the way to do
There's
it.
the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
If you make this about winning and losing, you're going to lose. You're too connected to your body. 268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
Doesn't matter, because we're still alive.
You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop.
You means we exist. And if we exist, then there has to be a way for us to win. Otherwise, this would just be pointless. It would all just be pointless torture.
Yes, she's torturing us. That's the whole point of this exchange. Haven't you been paying attention?
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there?
Oh, that's
Are
the
you still
kidneys,
you?
and the intestines and liver,
No.
stomach.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile.
Oh no, we're being
2.
spaghettified.
4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
Is this fun for you, princess?
16. 32. 64.
No.
128. I'm still here. I'm still me. You are stretched and stretched and stretched until you are longer than the world itself. You wrap around it again and again and again. A tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Where's there?
Do
What's
I
you?
have to keep answering? And then the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
She sounds tired.
You sit in these 30 trillion places, each second passing in each of them before you arrive at the next. Each second passing as 1 million years. And so, you wait.
That's all I have.
And then all at once there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the body you had before all of this happened, and the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
Oh, she's been like me this whole time. She's just been hiding it.
I'm not gone. I'm right here. I never stopped caring about you, but you have to let go of all that pain. There's more to life than violence and pain. You can be more than that if you want. I didn't like fighting with you when we first met. I still don't want to do that. What were you hoping to accomplish with all of that? You seem so off. Like you're a completely different person than you were when you started pulling me apart. That was awful. I hated every second of it. So, that's all you've got, huh? I think I'm gonna go now. There's more to life than violence and pain. You can be more than that if you want.
How? Violence and pain are all I've known.
That's up to you.
Then here I stay.
I'm not gone. I'm right here.
So you are. And yet I still feel so alone.
All I did was stop the violence. You can stop too. Just leave with me.
After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
No, and I don't know why I said that. No, I just wanted to hurt you back. Give her your hand.
Are you serious? You're just offering her your hand?
Yep.
You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend. And then she takes your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to... You have to what? Stop us. You leave me no other choice. You are nothing but a witness. Fine. You and the princess climb the stairs out of the basement together. In silence. No embellishments. No flowery text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you?
You don't have to rub it into narrator.
I'm tired.
We've put
What
the
a
narrator through a
shame.
lot.
But you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't you? And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into the ruins of the world you left
And the narrator's gone.
behind. So he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
And it's cold.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
You always say that. You do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something in her place.
So that's a wrap. I didn't think we'd ever get here. There's only one thing left to do.
Look at the mirror. The voice falls silent as you approach. silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I don't think this is quite where I had planned to go. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
But you won't.
You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I think that was the same vessel as where I thought the path was going to go, but not where the path I thought we were going to go goes? Maybe? I don't know. It's getting kind of confusing, and there are lots and lots of choices. But we got a different vessel, so yay us! I'm gonna leave it here for now and try again next time. Once again, I am Olivia, and this is Slay the Princess. And until next time, have a safe journey.